Welcome to Toffee TV. There's the player ratings for Everton 1, Arsenal 0. This video is brought to you by the OneFootball app. OneFootball app makes it easier to find all the latest news, stats and scores all in the one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description. Yes, 3 wins in a row. Fantastic stuff. We are all very, very happy. Another clean sheet. It was just a fantastic performance. Maybe the best 90 minutes of the season, considering that we were playing a team that had the chance to go into 3rd place, and we really didn't give them a sniff. I don't remember Jordan Pickford having to make a real save. Really, they had very, very little to do. They had very, very few chances, and it was a very, well, not a comfortable win, but it wasn't a comfortable win only by our own making. We should have comfortably scored more goals, but just didn't get on the end of the breakaways and possession that we had. So absolutely delighted with today's performance. I think the last few weeks have been a real turn for us. You know, ever since the Watford game, which you spoke about. Okay, we got beat by Newcastle. We all know that, but yeah, it's been fantastic. And today, I think just having so much dominance in the game showed that we've come a long way in the last few weeks, and everything's starting to move in the right direction. Let's get in it. Jordan Pickford, I'll give a 7. Very much like last week, didn't have a lot to do. I thought his kicking was good today. He had a punch, maybe really where he should have done a little bit better in the second half, but didn't have that much to do. So I can't really say he's at 8 or a 9 or anything, because he just didn't have anything to do. So I've given him a 7. Seamus Coleman, I've given 8. I thought, again, defending excellent, going forward excellent. The only thing that let him down at times was his selection from crosses. But I thought getting around the pitch, I thought he was excellent. Stuck to his task. Defending wise, never switched off, never let them get in behind them, and I was always looking to overlap with Richarlison. And again, those two worked brilliantly with each other. Richarlison found them a couple of times with some really clever passes, and he's become a really good outball for Richarlison, and I think that can only get better and better. And it shows that Richarlison can be a more rounded footballer as well than just being someone who can score goals or make goals. He's got a lot more to his game. So Seamus was fantastic today. Didn't give them an inch and was really up for it from the start. I've given him an 8. Phil Jagielka, I'm giving it 8.5. Not only did he defend very well, but he scored the winning goal. And for a guy who wasn't called into the team till 10 minutes before kick-off, I thought it was a remarkable display for a 36-year-old that yeah, I thought that was brilliant, and for him to get the winning goal is something special. Keep a clean sheet as well. That's another brilliant thing. And I thought he was excellent all game. I really did. Organising, commanding, making sure their players didn't get away from him. Because second half, we had the likes of Lacazette and Aubameyang and Ozil and Ramsey, and he had a lot to contend with there. So to play that well, when you didn't really know you were playing till 10 minutes before the kickoff is fantastic. It just shows you that you've always got to be professional. You always got to be in the right frame of mind. You've always got to be ready to be called upon, and he was, and he done the job today, and I'm thrilled for him. Absolutely fantastic. Kurt Zouma alongside him, I've given it 8. Again, I thought Kurt Zouma was excellent. Taking the mantle from set pieces, going out to time with everything, making sure he got to it. This is something that has moved on a hell of a lot in the last month or so, is that ability to start to compete for set pieces and really, saying I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna dominate and I'm gonna win. And I thought he won a lot today in the air. On the ball, he played well as well, and also the fact that he reacted so well to, he had Michael Keane with him there last week, and Phil Jagielka gets called on late on, and he just gets on with his game and plays well. And again, they never really got around the back of our defence at all, apart from that first minute when Lacazette had a chance that he put wide. They really didn't have anything. I never really felt like we were under pressure or we were under a cosh at all. They just just never seem to be able to get behind us at all, and that's thanks to the whole of the back four. Luca Dean, I've given 8 as well. I thought he was brilliant today. Picked up 1 or 2 knocks. Talk of him actually before the game. I heard that he was carrying a bit of a knock, but played excellently. I mean, there was a real bad one on the second half, right on the shin or just on the calf, I think it was. And really, if the referee had seen it, could have sent the player off. But again, that combination on the left-hand side with Bernard all day, a will and runner, it's just got that little bit of time and finesse that you need, that you get from top players. I think players always seem to have time on the ball. You know, they have this. You just see them in tight situations, and you think, how are you going to get out of that? And they just create something cute, and that really is the level that you need if you're going to start to try and think about competing with a top 6 side. And Luca Dean just shows you every single week. He's just absolutely phenomenal player. He really is. Into midfield, Garner, I've given 8.5. Again, brilliant today. I keep on saying brilliant, but everyone was brilliant today. Just continues. I mean, he really might be in the form of his Everton career. He really might be, because every week, I think I've said for the last few weeks, I've been giving him 8s or over, because he's just been like a one-man wrecking crew in that midfield for us. He just gets about the pitch. He senses the danger. He put in a tackle just outside our box today, and it was just, I think it was like a slidey, and he just got it absolutely spot on and left the referee in absolutely no doubt that he'd won the ball, and then comes away with it and finds a good pass. I think just the fact that him and Andre Gomez are working so well together, I think Andre Gomez, his form picking up, is helping Garner just get on with his job, and he could just be in the form of his career. And he really, again, I'll keep on saying every week, ever since the move to Paris Saint-Germain was rejected, he hasn't been a sulky kid. He's just got on with it and proved why he probably could play at a Champions League level or a Champions League club. He's been absolutely brilliant, and allows everyone else in this team to play. So he gets at 8.5 for me. Andre Gomez, I've given 9. I thought he was absolutely impeccable today. I thought he was head and shoulders better than anyone they had in their midfield. There was only one time I think I've seen him in the whole game ruffled, and it was early on in the second half when Ramsey come on. I think he got caught in possession, whereas in the first half he'd had a little bit of time, and Ramsey didn't give him any time. Took it off him, then I think he brought it down and got booked, and that was the last time that happened. I think he just realised after that with Ramsey on the pitch, he had to be a little bit quicker, and he was. And the amount of times he got the ball and pirouetted. There was a cross in the pass in the first half where he was on the left-hand side, and he, without looking, he got it off Dean, and without looking, swung across from one side of a pass from one side of the pitch to the other to find Richarlison. And it was just, I seen a brilliant tweet saying that if Ozil had done it, he would have got a 3-series Netflix deal and 18 sponsorship and 18 sponsors endorsing him. It was that good a pass. It was absolutely incredible, and he was brilliant again today. Run the show in midfield, best player in midfield. And we really have to get him tied up. Go and check out Baz's 3 things from today, and that's basically what he's talking about. We have to get him tied up because everyone's starting to see how good a footballer he is. But that's the point. I heard people on the way home from the match on the radio and stuff worried about the likes of him and the likes of Zuma talking about, oh, you got to be careful we don't lose them. Well, what do you want? Do you want to have average players that no one wants, or do you want top class players that other teams are looking at because they know will make them better? This Everton team will only get better if we go to clubs and take their good players. And okay, he wasn't playing for Barcelona, and Zuma hasn't been playing for Chelsea, but you've got to give those players a home and hope that they kick on. And Andre Gomez has, and we've got to convince him now that we're going to go forward as a club. And if we can't do that, then maybe we will lose him to a Champions League club. But he's a Champions League player as far as I'm concerned, so that's up to us now. You've got to have that ambition, though. You've got to have the ambition to go out and try and get these players in the first place and not worry that better teams will want to buy these players, because of course they will. Teams in the Champions League will want to buy all the best players. Let's just hope we can convince them to stay at Everton. So he gets a 9 from me. Gylfi Sigurdsson, I've give a 7.5. I thought today he linked the play nice, but there was times where there was one in the second half, a chance he had to make it 2-0, it was put on a play for him and he hit it straight at the goalkeeper, and it's just like anywhere else it would have gone in. He had a couple of chances in the first half. I thought he was doing everything right, just sometimes it didn't come off for him, but I did think he had a good game. I just thought things weren't coming off for him that if he would have got a higher score. But he's a big part of how we're playing at the moment with Garner and with Gomez, and he makes the three. He just sits in front of them and tries to link it all together. And I thought he did all that today. He was just missing that little bit extra. But also, he's pressing from the front, brilliant. He was pressing high up today, and he was getting his just rewards all the time, forcing them into mistakes. He just didn't have that composure today to take one of those chances, or put himself into a little bit of space that could have got us that second goal. So I've given him a 7.5. But I still think he played well. I just thought he played well. He just wasn't in the game enough to get a slightly higher mark. But when he was in the game, I thought he was excellent. He just maybe at times just wasn't in the game enough. Let me know. Bernard, I give an 8. Just his work rate is just so exceptional. It really is. How hard he works and how he's willing to just do all the dirty work that some other players don't. He's a spark as well. He's a live wire. Could or should have got a goal. Should have got the second one. One was played over to him, and I just thought, just try and chip the goalkeeper, and he let it drop down, and then the angle was so tight that he needed to get it at his feet early, and he didn't. And I just thought maybe by lobbing the keeper early, even though it was a tight position, would have been the best thing to do, but he didn't. But he creates chances. He can't quite get on the end of chances because his feet are too small. I think he might need longer studs as well. But his work rate is just phenomenal. It is just phenomenal how hard he works. And he's always got a trick, and he just never makes the life easy for anyone who's playing against him. He presses high, and he's been a big part of why our form has turned in the last month or so. He's just looking like a real top player. He really is. So he's got an 8 from me. Richarlison, I've given a 7.5 as well. Tried hard, worked hard. Things just didn't come off for him. He had a couple of chances. I'd won the second half where I think the goalkeeper, or there was a ricochet and it came back to him, and he just I don't know what he did. He just he looked like he was just going to smash it across goal, and he didn't. He hit it wide of the post, and he just didn't quite have the composure today. But I thought he worked hard. I thought he got Seamus in a couple of times. I think at times he slowed the game down just a little bit too much when he had an opportunity to run at them. But you can't doubt how hard the lad works. Sometimes it comes off for him, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, he's since he's been playing on the right, I think he's improved immensely in what he offers the whole team. Things just didn't come off for him today, but on other days they will. But I just think he gets in the game a lot more now, playing on that right hand side. And there's just a better balance to the team, so I've given him 7.5. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I've given 9. I thought he was brilliant again. He never gave their defenders a minute's peace. He won near enough everything in the air. His hold-up play was exceptional. He never really got any chances. That's the only. I wouldn't say he just needed a goal. Well, he does just need a goal, but I didn't think he got any chances. And the goal we scored again, it was. Jagielka flicks it, and then he wins the header, and he forces one of their players into. Well, I think it just hits one of their players on the foot and rolls to Jagielka. But he's forcing mistakes, and for the second home game in a row, he's forced a mistake that led to a goal, and that's massive for a centre forward. I just think him playing on his own, the work rate is just immense. There's one where I think their goalkeeper came out and he blocked it, and he made. I think he bounced back off the goalkeeper and he got as a throw, really high up the pitch. And it's that stuff that can take the game from you, because it allows you to just play 10, 15 yards higher up the pitch. Their centre-backs didn't have a knew they were in a game, and every time they got the ball, they knew he was coming for them and knew they had to do something with them. And that stops them coming out from the back and being as creative as they want to be. And I just think this kid's getting better and better. And if you could add goals to it, I think today was a little bit unlucky. It's just that we had a few opportunities where we had wide players coming in and they had 3 or 4 players to pick from. And maybe he's just got to be a little bit cleverer with his movements. If there's 3 or 4 players in the box, he's got to say to himself, right, I've got to try and find the space in the box and not be always running towards the ball, trying, just hold off, hold back and run around the back when everyone's looking. And if you've got an intelligent player like Bernard or whoever, they'll find you with it. So maybe it's just that little bit of cleverness in the box. It's not about actually finishing things. It's about making space to get on the end of things. And I think that's the only thing missing. But I thought it was just a near enough complete centre forwards performance today. He was absolutely brilliant. I think he was given man of the match by Sky as well. I just thought he was brilliant, and he's getting better all the time. And it shows you what the manager's looking for and how important he is to the team. And hopefully he'll continue now and play every game to the end of the season. And if he can get 2 or 3 goals between now and the end of the season, he'll have had a really good season, I think, and a season that's took him on a hell of a lot. And start asking questions, because you can see he's strong, he's fast, he's got everything you need, but he's not a headless chicken either. He gets the ball and he knows when to either go for a header or when to get in front of her, centre back, and just hold her up and bring other people into play. So you get a lot of centre forwards who are they're just run merchants. They just run and hope the ball comes over the top. But I think he's got a little bit of intelligence in him. But he's got to, the only thing is he's got to have that in the box as well, that little bit of movement, and then have that little bit of composure. But absolutely fantastic from Dom today. And the subs, Tom Davies, I'll give a 7. Come on, worked hard, run around a bit. Walcott, I'll give a 6. Come on, run round. Lost us the ball too much. And Lookman, I'll give a 7. Come on, look dangerous. And give us an option. The crowd, 9, fantastic. The manager, 9, yeah, great stuff. Good subs, positive, fantastic performance, fantastic 3 points. We're all happy, we're all smiling. It seems like we've got the Everton we want back, and that is shown when you hear the crowd, the atmosphere, everything's positive, and roll on next week, hopefully, to try and get 4 wins in a row. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on my ratings. Make sure to check out all the other videos. I'll see you later.